Picture a dark, stormy night in Burkina Faso, thunder roaring like a lion. A man races through the dusty streets of Ouagadougou, heart pounding, clutching one thing, a flimsy plastic spoon. Sounds wild, doesn't it? But this is no ordinary man. This is Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso's fearless young president, loved by millions, betrayed by his own guards, and locked in a cold, dark cell with no way out, or so they thought. With just that cheap spoon, he pulled off an escape so daring it's now a legend across Africa. How did a simple spoon save his life? Why did his own men turn on him? And what does this crazy story teach us about never giving up? Grab your seat, because this tale is packed with danger, smarts, and a hero who fights back against all odds. It's a story told in villages, markets, and homes. A true African folktale that'll keep you hooked till the end. Let's jump into the incredible adventure of Ibrahim Traoré, a man who turned a plastic spoon into a key to freedom. Ibrahim Traoré wasn't born with money or power. He came from Bondakwi, a small, hot town in Burkina Faso where life is hard. Born in 1988, he was a quiet kid who loved books, sitting under a big baobab tree, reading about heroes like Thomas Sankara, a leader who fought for Burkina Faso's people. Ibrahim wanted to be like him, to make his country strong. He studied hard in school, always getting top marks, and his teachers said, "This boy will change things." He went to the University of Ouagadougou to study geology, learning about rocks and the earth, and graduated in 2009 with the best grades. But he didn't want a desk job. He wanted to help his people, so he joined the army. There, he was brave and smart, quickly becoming a leader. He trained in Morocco to fight with big weapons, became a lieutenant by 2014, and even worked with the United Nations in Mali, facing danger to keep people safe. By 2020, he was a captain, leading soldiers against bad groups attacking Burkina Faso's north. He cared about his men, the farmers, the kids, everyone. He wanted a better life for them, and that dream kept him fighting. But can a plastic spoon really save a man like this? Keep reading, because this story's about to get wild. Burkina Faso was in big trouble in the early 2020s. Bad groups were attacking villages, burning homes, and leaving people hungry and scared. The government wasn't helping, leaders made promises they didn't keep, and soldiers like Ibrahim went unpaid. People were mad and losing hope. In January 2022, Ibrahim and other soldiers had enough. They took over, kicking out the president and putting Paul-Henri Damiba in charge. But Damiba didn't fix things. The attacks got worse, and soldiers were still broke. Ibrahim couldn't watch his country fall apart. On September 30th, 2022, at only 34 years old, he led another takeover, pushing Damiba out and becoming Burkina Faso's president, the youngest in the world. He didn't want money. He gave up his big presidential pay and lived on his small army wages. He spoke with fire, saying Burkina Faso would stand on its own, not controlled by other countries. He got tractors for farmers, built roads, and told foreign troops to leave, shouting, "We're free now." His bold words at the 2023 Russia-Africa Summit, telling leaders to fight for Africa, spread fast online. People from Ghana to Ethiopia cheered, calling him a hero. But heroes make enemies, and Ibrahim's enemies were closer than he thought. Want to know who betrayed him? Keep going, this gets intense. By early 2025, a sneaky plan was growing right in the presidential palace. A man named Colonel Musa, a high-up officer, was jealous of Ibrahim. He hated how popular Ibrahim was, how he was changing everything. Musa wanted power and money. He met secretly with bad people from other countries who didn't like Ibrahim's plans to make Burkina Faso free. They promised Musa riches if he could stop Ibrahim. Musa talked to some guards, lying to them, saying, "Ibrahim's too young, too wild, he'll ruin us." The guards, tempted by money, agreed to help. One hot night, while Ibrahim was working late, signing papers to help farmers and kids, Musa and his men burst in. Their guns were out, their faces hard. Ibrahim stayed calm. "What's this?" he asked, staring at Musa. "You're done," Musa said with a mean smile. They tied Ibrahim's hands, covered his eyes, and pulled him into a van. It sped through the dark, the city unaware their leader was gone. They took him to an old, broken-down building far from the city, left from colonial days. They locked him in a tiny cell with no light, just a rusty cot and a tray of old bread. On that tray, one plastic spoon, so weak it could barely hold food. Musa laughed, thinking Ibrahim was trapped forever, but they didn't know Ibrahim's heart. Can a spoon really beat a locked door? Keep reading, this is where it gets good. In that dark cell, Ibrahim didn't give up. He sat on the cot, thinking fast, holding the plastic spoon. It was small, but to Ibrahim, it was a chance. He'd fought tough battles before, faced danger, and led his country through hard times. A cell wouldn't stop him. He felt the walls, finding cracks in the old concrete, built long ago and falling apart. Near the door's hinge, the wall was weak, the mortar soft like sand. He started scraping with the spoon, slow at first, then faster. The plastic bent, but it held. His hands hurt, his fingers bled, but he didn't stop. Hours passed, maybe a whole day. In the dark, he scraped until he reached the rusty pin holding the door's hinge. Using the spoon's handle, he pushed and pulled, loosening the pin until it popped out. The door was free, but guards were still outside, their boots loud in the halls. Ibrahim stayed smart. He broke a piece of metal from the cot, sharpening it with the spoon into a small, sharp blade. He waited, still as a shadow, until a guard opened the door. Ibrahim jumped, knocking the guard down, the blade at his throat. "Stay quiet," he whispered, taking the guard's gun. Now he had a weapon, but the compound was full of enemies. How could he escape? "Don't stop now, this is getting crazier." Ibrahim moved like a ghost through the dark compound, using his army skills to stay hidden. The building was old, with dusty rooms and broken walls. He used the spoon again, its tip sharp enough to cut a wire on a security camera, stopping it from seeing him. He found a locked window, but the spoon's handle pried it open. He climbed out, landing in the cool night, but shouts rang out. Mouse's men knew he was gone. They chased him, their lights flashing through the dark. Ibrahim ran into the bush, thorns cutting his skin, but he kept going, the spoon in his pocket like a lucky charm. He ran for miles, using the stars to find his way, his legs tired but his heart strong. Finally, he reached a small village. The farmers there knew his face. "It's our president," they whispered, hiding him in a mud hut. They gave him water, bread, and clothes to blend in. Mouse's men searched, but the villagers stayed quiet, loyal to Ibrahim. By morning, news of his escape spread across Burkina Faso. People ran into the streets of Ouagadougou, waving plastic spoons, shouting his name. They called it the Spoon Revolution, a sign that even the smallest thing could beat big odds. Ibrahim came back to the city, not broken but stronger. What happened next? "Keep going, you won't believe it." When Ibrahim returned, the whole country cheered. Musa and his men were caught, their sneaky plan falling apart. Ibrahim stood tall, speaking to his people. "They tried to stop us, but we are Burkina Faso, strong and free." He didn't waste time hating his enemies. He built more schools, gave farmers tools, and trained soldiers to fight the bad groups attacking the country. His story spread far, to Nigeria, Kenya, and beyond. People shared it online, posting pictures of spoons with hashtags like #SpoonRevolution. Young Africans saw themselves in Ibrahim, a man who used a tiny tool to win a big fight. His story is like old African folktales, where clever animals like Anansi the spider use small things to beat strong enemies. Ibrahim's spoon is like Anansi's web, a simple thing that changes everything. It teaches us to keep fighting, to use what we have, and to never let fear win. Today, Ibrahim leads Burkina Faso, facing tough times but never giving up. His plastic spoon is a legend, a story told in every corner of Africa, showing that one person with a brave heart can spark a revolution. So, what's your plastic spoon? What small thing can you use to change your world? This is Africa's power, finding strength in the simplest things, no matter how dark the night.